Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So if you have kept up with either the community tab of my channel here on YouTube, my postings over on Twitter, or if you're one of the kind individuals who's actually joined us over on the DramaLlama Subathon live stream over on Twitch and, hung out with us, watched and donated, then you know that we have reached the goal. We've unlocked my reactions to Love in the Air, and that will be happening this Saturday starting at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time over on twitch.tv/synergic. So about this stream, because I've seen lots of people post on different things or comment on different posts I've made, and they're like, oh, I don't have Twitch, I can't join the stream, blah blah blah. You don't need Twitch to join the stream. Just like YouTube, you don't need an account to watch. You probably need an account if you want to comment along on the stream, or if you want to interact in the chat. But as far as just watching, you do not need a Twitch account to do that. Now, granted, I don't know how Twitch works internationally, so things might be geo-blocked. I don't believe that they are, but you never know. But yes, you don't need a Twitch account to watch. So if you would like to take part and watch the stream, all you got to do is go over to the link, twitch.tv/synergic, and join us. You don't even need a Twitch account to donate, because that's through a separate, at least I don't think you need a Twitch account. Maybe you do, not certain. But either way, if you try to donate, there's a link in the chat that's usually pinned, and you can follow that, this, that, the other. So I will be starting Love in the Air, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, Saturday, June 22nd. And the reason I'm putting this out there is A, to give you guys enough notice that it's going to happen. I'm going to do it. But B, also, I've reacted to so much throughout the duration of this subathon. Like, it's been going for the last 18 or 19 days, and I've done takeovers, I think 7 or 8 days at this point. So I've reacted to so many series and so much music that I just have sitting aside that I need to edit once the subathon is done, because all of my free time is going to keeping the subathon going. So I don't know when or if I'm going to get around to editing Love in the Air reactions for YouTube and or Patreon. So for those people who have been dying to see those reactions and have been dying to watch them, this is your chance. Because again, I don't know when or if I'm going to get around to editing those reactions to post elsewhere. So here's your chance. And if you can't make it to the stream, you can always sub to Synergic's Twitch account, sub to his Twitch profile, and the videos will be on demand there. But yes, if you've been dying to watch them, you've been down my throat for the last 2 years about watching this series, now is your opportunity. After Saturday, I don't want to hear a damn thing about this series. I don't want to hear anything from anybody in my comment section. I will go back to blocking people. Okay, if you would like to watch Saturday, June 22nd, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on twitch.tv/synergic. Link will be down in the description. The subathon is still going on. So I have a takeover schedule in like 15 minutes as we're recording this. So like, subathon is still happening. If you want to join before then, you're more than welcome to join us. But yeah, so we did it. We raised that amount of money. Again, subathon's still going, and we're still out here raising money. We still have other goals and, benchmarks that we can reach. We're not anywhere near unlocking Tarn type, which I don't know that we will get to, but God, I pray we don't. But we do what we do for the sake of DramaLlama. Yeah. And then I figured I would finish out this little notification just by addressing people's, not concerns, but for years, people are like, even up to like this week, people are like, Topher, I don't understand why you don't want to react to this series. What's wrong with the series? Why don't you want to react to it? So I'm going to address those very, very quickly, because the reason is not what you guys seem to think. There's a very common misconception that's been going around for years about why Topher will not react to Love in the Air. So I'm going to address those and then move on, and then prep for when we watch it on Saturday, June 22nd, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on twitch.tv/synergic. So the main The main excuse going around that people seem to think why Topher will not watch the show is because it is problematic. It is problematic. There's non-consensual things, this, that, the other, and that's just not true. That's just not true. That's not true. Because I've said a number of times in many other reactions to many other series that I've done, the presence of non-consensual acts or problematic themes, this, that, the other, is not enough for me to just drop a series or not want to watch a series. That's not enough. It all depends on how these things are handled, how they're presented, and what narrative purpose they serve in the show. If it is to serve a purpose to show the consequences, this, that, the other, or open up discussions, then great, love it. We love open narratives. But if it's just, underscored with this romantic music and we have this gorgeous romantic mood lighting and it's supposed to be the start of when this romance, when their feelings start to develop for each other through non-consensual acts and drunkenness, I'm like, no. And again, I'm not saying any of that happened in Love in the Air, but there's just this common misconception that Topher thinks this show is problematic, so he's not going to react to it. And that's not the case. There's about 3 reasons why I've avoided reacting to this. First one being, I just didn't enjoy it. Anything that I saw when I reacted to the first episode. Like, I watched it and I was like, this is not living up to all the hype that I was given. And like, I'm the type of person, like, if you hype something up so much, I already am like nervous about it because there's a high probability that it's just not going to live up to my hype. Hamilton, oh my god, people were singing its praise and it is the best thing since sliced bread, and oh my god, everyone has to watch Hamilton. And I avoided it for the longest time, and it wasn't until like 2 or 3 years later that one of my friends finally sat me down and made me watch Hamilton, and it was fine. It was fine. It was definitely overhyped as far as I was concerned, but it was fine. It wasn't bad in any way, shape, or form. It was fine. It was okay. So like, when people hype, already my expectations are through the roof. So then when you don't meet those expectations, like, I'm like, So Love in the Air, it got hype. And I watched the first episode and I was like, I don't really enjoy anything that I saw here. And it's not even just the characterization. It's like, I can't think of a single character that I really enjoyed. I feel like the music editing was wonky. I feel like there were other editing choices that were wonky. Granted, it's been 2 years since I watched it, but like, I remember there being other things than just, I don't like these characters. So yeah, I saw enough of that to know that I just didn't want to see anymore. And that was that. And there are a lot of people who are like, oh, you can't judge it by the first episode. Or I would skip the first couple stuff and I just jump to the second couple stuff, this, that, the other. And I'm like, please, someone show me the law that says that I'm not allowed to make up my mind about a series within the first episode. Because just like a series can have a great first episode and get me excited for the rest of the series can have a bad first episode and make me not want to watch the series. Like that like, if you wanted me to be interested in your series, write a better first episode. That's all I can really say. Because like, at this point in time, it's much different for a reactor than it is for someone who's just casually watching series. You guys can just watch through these series and binge this, that, the other. Whereas for a reactor, we've got to watch, we've got to edit, we've got to edit around YouTube's guidelines, and then none of this we're getting paid for because of the copyright system. We can't monetize these series reactions. So then we've got to try and put things on Patreon, which most people are not going to actually subscribe to. So it's like, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into making reactions that is unpaid. So for one episode alone, the hour plus to watch it, plus however many hours to edit and then re-edit for YouTube trying to get it so it's not blocked, that is so much unpaid time for a series that I don't care about. So as a reactor, the further you get into your reaction career or catalog, you get very good at assessing what is probably going to be a waste of your editing time and what is not going to be a waste of your editing time. I've made an educated assessment. That is one reason I've avoided. Another reason, I know you guys enjoy this show so much. That is why you guys keep trying to get me to watch it, because you guys love the series so much, and I am happy for you. I am so happy that you love this series. But just because you love a series does not mean I have to love a series. There are so many series that I enjoy, that I've reacted to, this, that, the other, that, you know, I have people come into the comment section all the time. They're like, hey, this series isn't real for me. I don't really like this series, so I'm going to skip out on this journey. But, you know, you guys have fun. And I'm like, okay, fair. That's fine. I'm not going to force you to watch this. Also, you don't really have to announce that you're not going to watch it. You can just not watch it. That's fine. But yeah, just because I like a series, I don't expect everyone else to like a series. Same thing with music and all this other stuff. So just because you guys love this series and you think it is so perfect and it is the best thing in the world, I'm happy for you. Everyone does not share that mentality. Hell, I've talked to so many other content creators through the content creator chats that I've done for DramaLlama, and just in casual discourse on social media, that have also stopped the series for at various points. Some got 3 or 4 episodes in, some got 5 episodes in, some made it almost to the end, and other people just stopped near the beginning. Like, I'm not the only person who stopped the series, because I've been living with myself for 35 years at this point. I know my tastes pretty well. So for people on the internet who have never actually met me, and never actually spent time with me, to think that they know my tastes a little bit better than me, who has lived as me for the last 35 years, is kind of ludicrous. So yeah, I've gotten kind of good at determining what I probably will and will not like. And since you guys love the series so much, I am not trying to go into, well, I've been trying not to go into the series and just shit all over it, because after watching the first episode, I knew that's exactly what was going to happen. And I know there's some people who want me to do that because they also do not like the series. But I'm like, no, there's so many people who genuinely love this series, and I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum. I'm not trying to ruin anyone's good time. You guys want to enjoy the series? Fine, enjoy the series. I will let you enjoy the series, and I will be over here in my corner watching other stuff. That's fine. There are thousands of other reactors on YouTube who have watched and enjoyed the series. Go watch them. I don't know why my reaction is so vital to your guys' enjoyment, but you're probably not going to get the reaction that you want. And then third main thing, because one of the main rebuttals to me not wanting to watch the series, when people thought that I was avoiding it because of it being problematic. It's like, oh, but you got through Kim Porsche. You've gotten through Kim Porsche, so you should be able to get through this. You made it all the way through Kim Porsche, and it had SA and this, that, and the other, and you made it through that fine, so you should be able to make it through this easily. This is so much less worse than Kim Porsche. To which I say, yes, I made it through Kim Porsche. But just because somebody makes it through something does not mean that they want to make it through something else. Hell, you're gonna tell an assault victim to, like, hey, you made it through that. Why don't you should be able to make it through this? Like, no. Granted, not saying that anything that I'm going through is anything even close to that. But like, you wouldn't have that sort of mentality. No. And anyone who watched my Kim Porsche reactions, especially live, would have seen it's not like I went through Kim Porsche and I was like, yay, sunshines and roses, this is so fabulous, I'm so in love. No, I read Kim Porsche The Riot Act too. I reamed that to hell. And yes, we got to a certain point where we had the SA, and I read it to hell then. The second it happened, I was given all kinds of consent speeches, and people were up in my comment section, oh my god, here goes Topher with his consent speeches again. Oh, it's just fiction. You've got to separate fiction from reality, blah, blah, blah. If you can't do that. I'm like, So I read Kim Porsche, The Riot Act. There seems to be this thought process that I watched Kim Porsche and I got through it and it was all sunshine and roses. No, I criticized and lambasted the hell out of Kim Porsche. And if you were there live during those reactions in the comment sections, you would have seen where I was getting reamed left and right because of my opinions I had about Kim Porsche in the comment section. The point that I just had to start blocking people. I had to start blocking people because one thing about fandoms on the internet is if you disagree with something or if you say something even remotely disparaging about a series or an artist or something that they hold dear, they will not argue with your your statement or any of your viewpoints, they will just go straight to insulting you. It will be all personal attacks on you. And, oh, you are stupid. You just don't understand this, that, the other. You're not mature enough for a series like this. You should just go back and watch a little fluffy, this, that, the other, which I'm like, okay, fine. If I'm not mature enough for this series, or if I don't understand the series, this, that, the other, and I shouldn't be watching this, fine. I won't watch it. Let me not watch it. I will sit here happily not watching it, but then I don't watch it and you guys keep getting up my ass about not watching it. The comment section and dealing with the fandom of Kim Porsche was more than enough. And just from the first episode, the comment section of my reaction to Love in the Air was already starting to get to that point. I'm like, I do not feel like living through this again. I do not feel like going through this again. So to protect my own peace, I'm like, you know what? No, we're just not going to do this shit. Not going to waste my time. I didn't enjoy the first episode. I can already see the fan base getting ready to get all attacky again. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Don't need to do this. I'm going to leave it alone. So those are probably the main reasons why I've avoided the series thus far. There are a bunch of other comments that I was going to address. Let's see. People are like, I think you'll like it. And it's like, no, I don't know. You want me to like it. That's really what it is. You really want me to like the series that you like. And I'm sorry, I can't like everything that you like. That's just not how the world works. You're missing out on a really good series. Tough. There's so many series in the world at this point. So many, not even if you just did BL series, there's so many. There's like 50 being put out a month at this point. I can't watch them all. That's just the nature of life. I have a full-time job outside of YouTube, plus I'm doing stuff for DramaLlama. I don't have time to watch all the series in the world, so I'm missing out on lots of good series. That's life. I skipped the first couple, but the second couple is amazing. If you've got to skip half of the series just to call it amazing, it's not amazing. You need to learn to separate fiction from reality, and if you can't, then don't watch. You're not ready for it. I already touched on that. Like, fine, we'll pretend I can't separate fact from fiction. I won't watch the series. Let me not watch the series, but that's neither here nor there. Mama writes with a lot of kink. Sure, great, that's fantastic. If you've watched podcasts that I've done with Synergic about a year or so ago, where we took a kink test, I came out very vanilla, surprising everybody. So if she's riding with a bunch of kink, I'm happy for her. Might not be my kink, and that's just how kinks work. Not into it. I just finished reacting to My Beautiful Man season 2 and the movie over on the stream a couple days ago. Same thing I've said about their couple. Not my kink. It does nothing for them, but if it works for them, I'm happy for them. Great, but it's not my thing. Also, there are other series that I've stopped that I've not been bugged about. I've stopped Love in the Air, I stopped Iron Type, I stopped Bangkok G Story, I stopped Big Dragon, and I want to say there was another 2 that I can't think of right now. But it's like, nobody's bothered me about those, so I don't understand why this series just won't die. But yeah, that's those are pretty much the reasonings. But it doesn't matter anymore at this point because I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of my word, and we said that if we reach that $10,000 tier, then we would unlock my reactions. Not Kim Porsche. God, I've already watched that. Love in the Air. So, to reiterate once again, Love in the Air reactions live on twitch.tv/Synergic Saturday, June 22nd, 2024 at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. When will they get put up on YouTube or Patreon? No idea. If. We'll just have to wait and see. But also, I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to watch the whole series. I will watch until I can no longer watch anymore, or until the stream ends. So the stream might end in the middle of me watching, and that'll be that. But yeah, we'll see. But if you guys want to watch, again, gave you the link. I've talked enough. I've got things. I've got a takeover that I got to do in like 2 minutes, and I still haven't eaten breakfast. So, bye.